What's up, YouTube? Natsu of Team FTNatsu back for some more discussions. We're gonna talk about three of the bigger new cards that have been announced recently. Alright, one of them just got straight up released. Anyway, as you can see, actually, no, we're gonna start with this one. We're gonna start with Flower Princesses of Spring's Beginning Primavera. That's a mouthful. This is sorry, I'm still that bit hasn't gone up yet, but I was sick over the past weekend, and I still have a little bit of a cough. So if I cough a little bit, that's why. If I decided to upload that vid, but I was coughing a lot, and I really just wanted to record. Despite that, anyway, back to macro discussion. So I want to just go over the three cards, give once again my thoughts on the cards, and if anyone has any differing opinions or anything like that, just leave a comment below and everything. So this is the cover card of G-Set 2, and it's the new Nectar Stride. They sort of showcase it in the anime, but not really, because the G anime, I don't have a very high opinion of the G anime. I think it's not that great. I've seen episodes here and there, and it's just there's no story. There's nothing. There's just random little things. Anyway, so this card, it's a Counterblast 3, and then you take 5 units from your drop zone, and you put them in your deck, and then you discard a card. So it has a very hefty cost. I'm surprised they didn't throw a persona flip there too, but let's be real here, you only use the skill twice a game. I mean, if the game really goes on, you can maybe use it 3 times with that unflipper, but even then, it's still a really hefty cost. When it attacks a Vanguard, you pay the cost, and if you choose up 2 of your guards, choose your deck for 2 cards the same name as them, and then call separate guards and shuffle them. So, what's interesting about this card, overall I don't like this card very much. The good thing about this card is you can have, basically the most ideal way you can use this card is to have a left side of your field, and have have something on your left side like this, and then a middle, and your Vanguard column and all. And then you just basically take your left side and you make a copy on your right side, or vice versa, whatever. And that's about it. And you go +1. I mean, you get to put cards in your you get to put cards back into your deck, but they're not even triggers. They're just straight up non-cards. You're putting 3 non-triggers back in your deck, which I mean is good if you want to recall them later with other effects, but even then, I feel like this is one of the more subpar cover card units. Like when we had original set 3 with Gwen, where it's Gwen looks like all cool and stuff. But I mean, Gwen's a good card. Don't get me wrong, but he's not cover card amazing balls. Then again, we had Nebula Lord, who, well, Nebula Lord isn't bad. It's just, why would you Nebula Lord when you could Chaos Breaker? What's the logic of everyone? And everyone expects Nebula Lord to be some big boss, but not really. Not that Nebula Lord is bad though, but overall this card's a lot of hype. It's not going to be a very expensive card at the end of the day. It's a cool G card, but it's not the investment you put into using the skill. I feel like the skill what you get from it doesn't exactly match out. If it was Counterblast 2 and you have to put 5 units back to your deck, then alright, it maybe actually be worth it, but Counterblast 3, put 5 back, and discard, it's kind of like with Phantom Blasters, Phantom Blaster Overlord, Phantom Blaster Abyss, Phantom Blaster Dragon, where the ability isn't bad, it's not worth the investment that you're putting in, which is my main issue with this card. Although cloning is very nice because you can get up some interesting things, but overall it's not too great in my opinion. So the next we're going to look over is the Shadow Paladin strat, who is Dark Knight, Grim Recruiter, but names don't really matter because strides also copy names. He's a promo card, which is pretty cool. That means we actually will probably get him sooner than people may think. Anyway, so he is a basically on hit. When he hits, you get a grade 1 or less card called Trigger Card Circle and shuffle your deck. Let me correct myself. When it hits, you get a Blackwing Swordbreaker because that was the best use of this card's gonna see. It's okay. It's another way to get Blackwing Swordbreaker off, and you can actually probably now Revenger players can probably run 3 Blackwing Swordbreakers, or some people are running 3 because just in case they draw into it through before full bow can go not full bow, Dodge bow can go off, and then so if you want to run 4 now, you can always, or if you don't draw your 3rd, then hey, you have a way to get it off. Since generally if you go 2nd, you're probably gonna get your stride is most likely gonna hit, because it'll still be early game and your opponent's not gonna have unless they're gonna perfect guard it, which I doubt. They're probably gonna let the attack through because this is gonna be so big at like 26k base, and if you have like a 5 to 7k booster, 31 to 33, like that's a big attack for your first grade for an attack that at that stage in the game. So it's a pretty good card. It's generally your first stride though, but it's the only stride Shadow Paladins have right now. So we'll see what the Phantom Blaster does. But chances are Phantom Blaster will be like the 2nd or 3rd card they'll be striding into, since this is going to be your ideal. Right now it's your only, but this is going to be your better choice for your first stride. It's just an on-hit unit, and on-hit unit strides are the same as on-hit unit limit breakers. They're okay. Although, well, that's not true. That's not true. That is not true. I take that statement back. But it's the same sort of idea where it's like if you don't do it early on, on-hit units are kind of, unless they can hit the rear guards, they're not that great. Since generally, by the time it's going to be mid to late game, your opponent's going to be anticipating the critical anyway. So, like, they're not going to let your attack hit regardless if you had the ability or not. Our last unit is New Era Beast Zale, or Zexal, I like to call it to troll people. Zexal, the Zexal card. Because everyone hates Zexal. That series is actually not that bad, though. This card's actually unbelievable for a rare. Like, wow. So, it's a Legion, and you counterblast when it's when a card is putting your damage zone. Like, if it's a Legion, you choose an opponent's unit, and it gets minus 1,000 for each of your units until the end of the turn. So it can get up to minus. I believe the ruling would be up to minus 6,000, which is crazy. That is insane. Like, oh my gosh. And it's not even once per turn. I mean, yeah, it's a counterblast cost, but it's counterblast 1. It's so amazing. Like, no one's gonna be running Zale that, the Zale deck is now forever changed. Like, this card is, oh my gosh. Like, this makes Zale actually really interesting, because now you can use damage clusters with it. Like, to make it offensive. It's defensive too, because like, what's your Vanguard gonna do now? Minus like 5, even minus 5,000 is so like, that's still, wow. I mean, yeah, everyone has Legion now, but and some decks are still playing Legion, like the X. Oh, that deck is amazing. But even still, like, this is just it. That's just insane. And it doesn't have to be the opponent's Vanguard. I mean, it's just so you can just lower their rear guard power, and that's just crazy. And then if it hits the Vanguard, you can unflip, which is actually not too bad for mid game, because you can, because even then, like, the power has to be 8,000 lost, but you still have the Legion Mate skill. But even then, if you have a, and even then you have you can just run damage plusers, so you can have like 8 extra ways to get that ability off. It's crazy. Okay, maybe I'm hyping this a little bit, but it's still really good. Like, wow. Troll senses are tingling. Although you probably can't run. Well, you could just do 2 of the Legion Mate, 3 of this guy, and then like 3 Miracle Beauty. Because shout outs to my buddy Justin, who ran Miracle Beauties with Zale, which was just the trolliest and dumbest shit ever. Justin, you run the dumbest decks. Your decks are dumb. Everything you play is dumb, Justin. But yeah, those are the 3 new cards. I think Zale is the best one of them and the most interesting. I will probably try and build the deck around this card because this looks hilarious. It's like, nope. Too bad. It's like Freeze Ray Dragon. So this has been So let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you agree or disagree with me, or if you think Flower Princess is actually amazing card. I think it's I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's good. I think it's decent to subpar. So anyway, this has been Natsu, Team Fairy Tail, signing out.